Hello everyone, Daria here, and welcome to episode 42 of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Today we're going to talk about Christmas in Russia. I guess you already know that in Russia we celebrate Christmas on January the 7th. I've already made an episode on YouTube, but I know that some of my listeners, for some reason, still don't follow my YouTube channel. Unfortunately. So today again, we're going to talk about Christmas in Russia. I will read the text slowly, and after that, I'll translate it sentence by sentence and try to explain some interesting vocabulary. Let's get started. Рождество в России. После революции 1917 года Рождество в России было запрещено как религиозный праздник. И только после 1991 года люди снова смогли отмечать его. Но до сих пор это более скромный праздник в России по сравнению с шумным Новым годом. Перед Рождеством идет Сочельник, который означает начало старого славянского праздника под названием Святки. В этот день молодые девушки использовали зеркало и свечи, чтобы призвать образ своего будущего мужа. Традиция святочных гаданий снова набирает популярность в России. Люди в России отмечают Рождество посещением рождественской службы и семейным обедом с родственниками. And that was it for the text. Today it's actually pretty simple, so let's get right to translation. The name of it was Рождество в России, Christmas in Russia. We already talked about it about a year ago in one of my Christmas episodes. And the word Рождество comes from the word рождение, birth. The verb is родиться or рождаться, and the noun рождение or Рождество. So Merry Christmas in Russian would sound as с Рождеством or maybe счастливого Рождества. The full sentence I wish you a Merry Christmas. Я желаю тебе счастливого Рождества. Okay, the first sentence. После революции 1917 года Рождество в России было запрещено как религиозный праздник. After the revolution in 1917, Christmas was banned as a religious holiday. Here you can see the two words you already know if you speak English. It's революция and религиозный. So revolution and religious. For example, religious custom. Религиозный обряд. Or maybe some religious person. Религиозный человек. So after the revolution, and I hope you know that in 1917 there was a revolution in Russia when the famous Bolsheviks party took power and everything went upside down in our country, including Christmas. Christmas was forbidden. So, the next sentence. И только после 1991 года люди снова смогли отмечать его. And only in 1991 people were free to celebrate it again. This year was the end of the Soviet Union, so religion came back to Russia. And here you see the verb отмечать. We already talked about it in my previous episode, I guess, or maybe an episode before that. So отмечать means to celebrate, and the synonym in Russian is праздновать. Отмечать или праздновать. And the next sentence. Но до сих пор это более скромный праздник в России по сравнению с шумным Новым годом. But it's still a quieter holiday in Russia comparing to the big New Year celebrations. And it's true, in Russia only religious people celebrate it. For example, my family, we never celebrated this holiday. Not my parents, and now not my husband and child, so it's just not our holiday. We celebrate New Year. And actually, I don't know anyone who would celebrate it, but I'm sure many people do. So, what about vocabulary here? Interesting adjective, скромный. Here it's скромный праздник. And I've translated it as quiet holiday. It means that there are no big celebrations here. Quiet, inside your family, no music, no dancing, just a family dinner. But this same adjective, скромный, also means humble, shy. For example, a humble girl. Скромная девушка. And here this holiday is compared to New Year. And we have an interesting expression по сравнению. Более скромный праздник по сравнению с Новым годом. Quieter holiday comparing to the New Year. In Russian we can rephrase it. Это более скромный праздник, чем Новый год. So the synonym of чем is по сравнению. So when you want to compare something. For example, comparing to you, she's an angel. По сравнению с тобой, она ангел. Or maybe it's better to live in Germany than in Russia. В Германии жить лучше по сравнению с Россией. Okay, we're moving on. Перед Рождеством идет Сочельник, который означает начало старого славянского праздника под названием Святки. Prior to Christmas Day, there is Christmas Eve, which marks the start of an old Slavic holiday, Святки. So Christmas Eve in Russia is Сочельник. Сочельник. And this Сочельник is the beginning of old pagan holiday, Святки. So it's праздник под названием Святки. It means that it's just the name of this holiday, под названием. For example, Harry Potter book, книга под названием Гарри Поттер. Or maybe Moscow City, город под названием Москва. And the next sentence. В этот день молодые девушки использовали зеркало и свечи, чтобы призвать образ своего будущего мужа. On this day, young women used a mirror and candles to invoke the image of their future husbands. So mirror and candles, it's зеркало и свечи, and to invoke an image, призвать образ. And this whole process, I've done it many times. When you put a mirror in darkness and you put a candle in front of it, and then you stare into the mirror, hoping that the image of your future husband appears that. And to be honest, I've never seen anything there. Some of my friends swore that they saw something, but I don't know. Of course not. Okay, the next sentence. Традиция святочных гаданий снова набирает популярность в России. The tradition of fortune-telling on Christmas Eve is again becoming popular in Russia. So this process I've just described is гадание. It's future-telling, fortune-telling. And the verb is гадать. Гадать. For example, gypsies look at your palm and they kind of try to tell your future. Цыгане гадают по руке. And please never trust gypsies on the streets in Russia. They will leave you with no money, trust me. And the last sentence. Люди в России отмечают Рождество посещением рождественской службы и семейным обедом с родственниками. People in Russia celebrate Christmas Day with attending a Christmas liturgy and having a family dinner. Christmas liturgy in Russia, it's рождественская служба, and it has become a big tradition here. All our leaders like Putin and Medvedev, they attend those liturgies. And the governors too. I remember in Omsk there was a scandal with the Omsk governor. He went to the church on this Christmas liturgy and kept crossing himself with left hand and absolutely incorrect. So everyone was making fun of him. Because actually in Russia all this stuff is different. We even wear our wedding ring on the right hand, not on the left one. So many differences. And that was it for the vocabulary. Nothing very interesting today. And now I will read this text again in normal speed so you can compare if you understand more after the explanations. Okay, here we go. Рождество в России. После революции 1917 года Рождество в России было запрещено как религиозный праздник. И только после 1991 года люди снова смогли отмечать его. Но до сих пор это более скромный праздник в России по сравнению с шумным Новым годом. Перед Рождеством идет Сочельник, который означает начало старого славянского праздника под названием Святки. В этот день молодые девушки использовали зеркало и свечи, чтобы призвать образ своего будущего мужа. Традиция святочных гаданий снова набирает популярность в России. Люди в России отмечают Рождество посещением рождественской службы и семейным обедом с родственниками. And that was it for the text. Don't forget to check out the show notes because I will put it right there. And a brief reminder, if you want to receive free Russian lessons and PDFs and tips on learning the Russian language, go to realrussianclub.com/subscribe and just put your email and your first name there to receive your free PDF ebook. Also, I wanted to say again that I'm going to Omsk, and unfortunately next week I won't be able to upload anything because I don't like to record episodes in advance. I prefer doing it right before uploading them. So unfortunately next week you will have to spend without me. Maybe I'll be able to do something for YouTube, so check it out. And I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Bye-bye!